Matthew 22:14. For many are called, but few are chosen. Many of you blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans are called to this truth, are called to this royal knowledge, are called to this invitation, are called to the marriage feast. That's what it's talking about. Matthew 22:14. It's talking about the kingdom of heaven that is likened to a certain king which made a marriage for his son. That marriage is talking about the kingdom of heaven that's soon to come for the blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans. But will all be eligible for the kingdom? No. Many will not be eligible and qualify for the kingdom of heaven to come. How do we know that? Matthew 22:14. It says, for many are called, but few are chosen. So what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that this Bible, the gospel, is not for all Israelites. Because they say this is the book of the Israelites. Yes, that's true. But out of the nation of Israel, this gospel is not for all Israelites, man. That's why Matthew 22:14 says, many are called, but few are chosen. Because it's not for all Israelites, man. What do I mean by that? Take notes and learn something. What do I mean by that? You have the Israelite pie chart of salvation and destruction. Now it clearly tells you, according to the prophecy of Zechariah 13, that it was going to be 2/3 of the nation of Israel that's going to be eradicated, that's going to be destroyed. But there will be 1/3 of the nation of Israel that will be reserved, that will be spared by the mercy of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So when you put 2/3 and 1/3 together, you get 99.9% of the nation of Israel. That whole 99.9% of the nation of Israel is not going to be saved. And we know about the other heathen nations. They ain't gonna be saved. But what most brothers fail to realize when they teach, they make it seem like if you're an Israelite, the Bible is your book. But you're sadly mistaken. Because if you're an Israelite, the Bible still might not be your book because you might fall among the category of the 2/3. So is it safe to say that this Bible is for the elect of the nation of Israel? Do you understand? The Bible is for the elect of the nation of Israel. The elect of the blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans that submit wholeheartedly to this truth, that rehearse the righteous acts, and that make this their spiritual constitution, and that they do the works thereof. That's who it's really for. The other 2/3 in the red section will have missiles laid by in store that's ready to burn. Matthew 22:14. For many are called, but few are chosen. So just because you're an Israelite, you're thinking that the Bible is talking about you. Just because you're an Israelite, you thinking that you're going to share a part of the kingdom that's coming. But the only way you're going to be eligible or qualified to be part of the kingdom that's to come is for you to do what, man? Submit yourself wholeheartedly to this book. Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. This is Romans chapter 8. Let's go to Romans 8:28. Romans 8:28. Hope y'all taking notes. Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for the good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. The Most High, from the foundation of the world, the Most High already had a set number of Israelites that was called to come into this royal knowledge, this truth. Read it over again. Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for the good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. Everyone is not called. That's why in Matthew 22:14, it says, there'll be many. But out of the many, only few are chosen. That's kind of scary, man. That's kind of scary, because we out here rehearsing the righteous acts, and we not even knowing that we might not be part of the elect. It's just a gamble you're going to have to take. It's just by faith you're going to have to live. Romans 8:28, we know that all things work together for the good to them that love God. Now, what is the love of God? 1 John 5:3, let's get that. Breaking it down easily for you brothers and sisters. What is the love of God? John 5:3, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So what is the love of God? You must subscribe to the laws, statutes, and commandments. In order to be qualified that God truly loves you, you must be keeping the Constitution. You must be keeping the policies of God. You must be keeping the laws. All right? John 5:3, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. His commandments are not grievous. So what is the love of God? What is the love of God? That we subscribe and keep his commandments. If you're not doing that, the Most High don't give a damn about you. So is it safe to say that there are many created, but few will be chosen? The very few that will be chosen is the elect that choose to subscribe and keep these laws. If you're not subscribed to this book, and you're not rehearsing the righteous acts, and you're not keeping the laws, you can just count yourself over to the 2/3 section to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Point blank simple, man. So while we up here telling the nations, the heathen nations, the so-called white man, Chinese, Japanese, Arabs, East Indians, while we're telling them that they're not capable of salvation and that they're not going to be saved, you got to understand, we know Israel, as of a whole, all of Israel will be saved. We know that according to what Paul stated. But what I'm saying is, most of you blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans is not going to be saved from this upcoming destruction that's going to fall upon America. That's what I mean. I'm not saying that we're not going to be saved as of a whole, because eventually all Israel will be saved. Let me bring that out. This is Romans chapter 2. Romans chapter 11, and let's look over 26. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, that shall shine. Yah, he delivers, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. So according to Romans 11:26, it says that all Israel will eventually be saved. It's just when perdition comes down on Babylon, when this wicked whore, America, that Revelation 18 and 17 speaks of, this whore, which is America, when this whore should be judged A lot of you blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans, it's not going to be saved. Saved from what? Saved from the upcoming nuclear destruction that's going to take place. That's what you're not going to be saved from. Ultimately, yeah, we are going to be saved. So I had to make that very clear. So you see the 2/3 here? This don't mean the ones in the red section don't have capability of salvation, period. No, this just simply means the ones in the red sections is already reserved for thermonuclear fire, man. Now, what happened? What's going to happen in the kingdom? The ones in the red section will eventually be regenerated or reincarnated back through the elect, the 33.3% in the yellow section. The 33.3%, the remnant that make it from this upcoming destruction, the 2/3 that don't make it from this upcoming destruction will be regenerated or will be reincarnated through the elect, man. That's what it means. Romans 11:26. And so all Israel shall be saved.